Welcome, everyone, to the Purpose for Life podcast. I'm your host, Suzanne Roberts, author of It's Deeper Than That. And today I'm going to share some wisdom from the book. I'm actually going to read a little bit from the book, and then I'm going to talk about one of the sentences that's in here and delve into it a little bit. So in the book, it says that I have an unwavering focus on one thing and only one thing. Our soul consciousness, pulsing at the center of our being, is awaiting our homecoming. This is our birthright. Just sit with that for just a minute. That our soul consciousness, it's pulsing at the center of our being. It's awaiting us to return. That's our birthright. Life is to be found inside of us through connecting with our vital soul current. Seeking within is our true fulfillment. Actually, it says seeking within is our only true fulfillment. Soul consciousness is operating through form as our inherent design to know the truth of who we are consciously, a radiant being. Our life energy is connected to the source, our center point of focus, providing our life with a direction and a purpose. And it goes on to say, how do we find this treasure within? We do so by turning our attention inward, remembering and returning to our inner treasure over and over again. Turning your attention inward to seek the treasure of your own soul requires focused presence. The choice to remember and return to your inner treasure over and over again requires dedication. Stillness at the center of your being is where your treasure is found. It takes time to build capacity to stay with stillness. It's not always easy to keep in mind that the path of polarity is, quote, kindergarten for life, or that the practice of seeking within requires dedication and commitment for the long haul. So what I really want to talk about here today is, what does it mean to be in the kindergarten of life from birth until death? We are in the playing field of polarities where we are learning by going up against pain and pleasure, by going up with resistance, whether it's resistance in experiences or resistance in our mind. But that resistance is there as a force or a signal to help us evolve and grow and change. We're meant to continually evolve and grow and change. And one of the things as we're growing and changing is to be able to pause and find that stillness within and find that treasure within so that we have the freedom and innocence and youthful vitality to grow and change and to keep remembering we're in a kindergarten from birth until death, being in the playing field of polarities, and how vital it is to learn to build your capacity in stillness through a dedicated practice to return and remember over and over and over again to the holiness and wholeness that already resides within you. It is your birthright. And one of the factors that we have to contend with is this notion of, while we're playing and learning, of perfectionism. Perfectionism creates so much pressure. And the truth about perfectionism is that it's not possible. So you've already set yourself up for failure because you can never be perfect. It will never happen. Part of the beauty of being human is to be imperfect so that we can learn and grow. And the only time imperfection becomes a challenge is if we don't let ourselves learn and grow from our mistakes. And that's the only time it becomes a challenge, is when we refuse to learn. But our imperfection means we are going to make mistakes. We are meant to make mistakes. We are not meant to do this perfectly. We are not meant to find stillness perfectly. We are not. We're just asked to return and remember over and over again not to find perfection within it. But think about the ways that perfection puts pressure on you and keeps you from that youthful innocence, keeps you from being resourced by that self renewing energy inside of you, that keeps you from your vital energy, your vibrancy, your power, and the currency that's right inside of you. I was working with a client yesterday and I couldn't really understand what she was wanting for herself. And I kept listening and I finally said, "Are you trying to do this perfectly? It feels like you have so much pressure on you." And as soon as I said that, she was like, "I cannot believe you said that. I am trying to do this perfectly, and it's keeping me bound inside." So I want you to do an exercise of journaling, of writing how has perfection served you in some ways in your past, and how is it not cost and how is it now costing you? And then I want you to write about the natural ways of imperfection and how mistakes are natural. And as long as you're learning from them, you're evolving and changing just like we're meant to do in this kindergarten of life. And one of the ways that it helps us learn in this kindergarten of life and have the freedom is through stillness and the beauty of stillness. So today we're talking about turning inward to find the treasure of stillness inside of you where there's space and grace to learn and grow through your imperfections and to look how the power of perfection holds you from your deepest self and from your vibrancy, your purpose, and your liberation. So free yourself from the bind of perfection, celebrate imperfection, become human, learn, grow, give yourself space and grace. Thank you for listening in to the Purpose for Life podcast. We're signing off. This is Suzanne Roberts, and don't forget, October 15th is the book and documentary premiere. You can come in person in Columbus, Ohio at the Lincoln Theater, or you can join live stream. Thank you so much for joining today.